this goes all the way back to grade school, but this might be my most embarrassing moment ever in my life. My mother used to drive us to school, and so I got out of, I had these new sweatpants. They were cool to wear back then. And I got out of the car, and I was like, bye, and she's like, your hair, and I'm like, stop it, it's not doing that. She's like, give me a kiss. I'm like, I'm not doing any of that, Mom, I'm a man now. I turn around, I forgot to put the drawstring on the pants. I turn around, I'm in front of the school, the pants go down, I'm like, So I didn't know what, I froze, and I wanted to pick them up, but I couldn't move. And so I'm standing there like frozen, and in my head I'm like, pick up your pants, pick up your pants, pick up your pants, and I couldn't do it, and then finally I reached down and I pick them up and I tied the thing, and hi, I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? Oh, good, everything's just great here. And so that was probably the worst. I get red and sweaty thinking about that, because I remember what that feels like. That's like the naked lunch line story, you know, but it's my real one.
In college, I was in my Italian class, only guy in the class, and there was this beautiful Eastern European girl named Sonia sitting up the front row. I was a few rows back. I didn't hear a word of that class. I was just staring at every class, just staring at her. And at one point, my friend Julia knocked her books off of her desk accidentally. And I mean, just in the middle of class, teacher's writing on the board. I'm staring at Sonia from Albania, who knows where. Gorgeous. Julia knocks her books off the desk. I go, Sonia! Teacher stops. Turns around, Sonia turns around. I'm staring at Sonia. Julie's staring at me like, huh? And I wanted to die.
And then you had to go back to that class the next day.
And the day after, yeah. And I never stopped staring at Sonia.
But that's not so bad, right? I mean, that's not like...
No, I don't have
too
much. Yeah,
guys,
that's not too
guys
bad.
do that. I do stupid stuff all the time. I just pretend like it never happened.
I'm really looking forward to this time that I have that I'm going to spend playing a doctor, learning as much about the human body as I can, because that's the fun part about being an actor, is learning all these things that are so outside of our typical realm of experience. So I'm going to pick up anatomy book. I found this gigantic anatomy book, and I'm just fascinated. What is this, the lower bile duct? That's cool. What does that do?
I take a physical every year with my doctor, right? So I found myself sort of asking him a bunch of questions, like what does that do? What is that? Oh, can I touch? Can I? You know, and just all sorts of stuff that I never really asked him before. And I realized, I remember looking at him and going, man, your job is like really difficult. Ooh, this reminds me of an even more embarrassing story.
Oh God.
It's even worse. So this is my embarrassing doctor story. Okay, so I go in for a physical every single year, and because I like to know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, tell me. And I also try to beat the score that I got last year. Like the breath test, I'm like, well, how many whatever, okay, what's better than that? Okay, here we go. Because I'm very competitive. So I'm in there and I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm in competition mode. I'm like, okay, I got the lung thing coming up, I got the x-ray thing coming up, I'm gonna kill the x-ray thing, I know that. And then so I'm thinking like that, and he's sitting over here going, okay, we need you to do this and do all kinds of stuff, and he's like, okay, and I'm standing in front of him, and just my undergarment, right? Yeah. Anyway, it's not exactly like that, but it's something like that.
A puppetry doctor.
Yeah. So I'm standing there, and he's like, okay, now go ahead and walk to the other end of the room. And you know, they want to see you walk.
I'm concerned about your health. Like,
listen, I'm fine.
This is all they made you do. Like,
listen, I'm fine.
You might have missed things.
No,
okay.
he didn't miss anything. So I walked to the other end of the room. Then I dropped my undergarment. I walked back to him, and he goes and walk back to me. I walk back to him, and I'm standing there. He's looking at me like something's wrong, and I'm like, crap, I'm nude, and he's looking at me like there's something wrong. And I looked at him, and I'm like really concerned, and he goes, and now is usually the time when I ask the patient to remove their undergarment. And I was like, let me just go back to the corner and grab him. I left him back there. So I had to walk back. I'm like, it's me with my pants are always down, man. I don't know, like, what's going on.
The obvious question would then follow, I've never had to walk across my doctor's office naked.
Well, no, I didn't have to. I chose to do it on my own. He's like, why are you walking across the room naked? Yeah, he didn't ask me to do it. He was like, come here, and I'm like, here I come.
Yep.
Stupid.